ancestors are alive with me now, in spirit, in DNA, and in this body. That's the magic of God's creation. Everything comes in threes. You have a spirit. You have an individual life. And then you have the genetic collective of the entity you are. It's amazing. It's beyond any science fiction you can imagine. And you're not going to read what you just heard in any book. I've studied history. I've studied epigenetics. I've studied wide spectrum information. And let me tell you, that is what's happening. That's what's going on. And that's why the genetic assault on the planet, the GMO and all of it, is the most satanic thing ever conceived of. You know, I'm going to finish up with World War III news and then get back into the huge Hillary medical news. I mean, when I say huge, I saw this footage on, like, Tuesday that Millie Weaver put out with her camera crew for InfoWars. And I saw the ambulance. I thought, yeah, Trump doesn't have ambulances. And they had all these articles attacking us. Oh, we're kooks. There's always ambulances. And I was like, no, that's not true. But, you know, Dick Cheney had ambulances too. Let's just be honest that she's had serious health problems. It's in the WikiLeaks. It's all over the place. The majority of doctors that are polled by prestigious organizations say clearly something's wrong with her. And then, in Cleveland, Ohio, hiding in plain view in all this video is the fact that she didn't come out of the tent for 45 minutes or longer. There's an 18-minute video report showing all this on Infowars.com. Sick Hillary Clinton has rolling hospital bed backstage at rally. And see, our headline isn't even strong enough. Hillary didn't come out till 45 minutes later. Hillary was in a hospital tent for 45 minutes, and they rolled a gurney in with guys in body armor. That's your headline. What the hell is going on here? And I have a wonderful crew. They're fantastic. But 9 times out of 10, they make the same mistake I make. They don't go with a sensational enough headline. It's like, okay, ambulances, medical crews, follow Hillary. No, she's in a medical tent for 45 minutes, and they're running around all freaked out like, you know, the emperor just died, rolling in these huge medical gurney, guys in body armor. She's stumbling around. There's a guy with an EpiPen behind her, a tranquilizer pen, telling her it's all right. She's doddering around. She says she wants Parkinson's medication in her own emails. Uma Abedin says, do you need your earpiece? You know, in the WikiLeaks, when she has what looks like an earpiece hanging out her ear, and the media acts like it's kooky that we say that. You guys are discredited. You have a 6% trust rate. Our audience knows that we're going to tell the truth or die trying. Does that mean we don't make mistakes sometimes? Absolutely we do. And we correct them when we do. Because our integrity is our #1 possession. But we didn't say she had an earpiece. We said it looks like she has an earpiece. George W. clearly had one. No doubt there. And people said, oh, well, she's a powerful woman. You're saying a woman can't, you know, answer all these complex questions without an earpiece? I'm saying Hillary has a handler running around with a needle standing. A guy has a needle standing right beside her at all times. She's stumbling around. She acts completely insane. And the word is she's having epileptic seizures on a routine basis. Look, I digress. Let's get to the real meat and potatoes here, okay? Earlier this week, I mentioned an article, but never got to it. It's depending on how you format it, 16 to 22 pages long. It's got a lot of graphics, a lot of different generals, military experts, statisticians, the UN's own admission, the Pentagon's own admission, NATO's own admission, the Ministry of Defense's own admission out of the UK, saying everything I'm telling you. Because everything I'm telling you is already documented from them and my own historical research. It's not like, wow, everything Alex says just keeps being dead on. How'd he guess it? I didn't guess it. In 2007, the Pentagon came out, and in 2007, so did the Ministry of Defense, and said, by 2016, we will begin the global collapse through 2025. The chances of nuclear war will be the highest ever. There'll be global famines, third world population surging over the borders, absolute, world government. I mean, go read those reports. We've covered them ad nauseum. So we get up here and we say, hey, governments and institutions are digging in. We better be concerned. We're hoping this isn't the case. I mean, my goodness, I certainly don't want all this stuff to happen. But there's this delusional name it and claim it type culture beyond fake Christians or manipulated Christians, where it's just trendies and everybody just thinks if you hope, everything will be okay. And yes, a lot of confidence in the currency, in the economy is needed. And I'm all for confidence in the economy if it's warranted. But the globalists are doing everything they can to hurt the economy in the real world while telling us it's all great as they consolidate control. And I'm not going to go along with that lie. So you have this headline, planet closer to catastrophic World War III than any other time for 60 years, experts warn, and it doesn't look good for Britain or America if it does kick off. Now, there are rules of war in history, going back to the days of chivalry and before that, where you don't target men, women, and children. That's what Attila the Hun does. That's what the Mongols do. That's what the barbarians do. You don't target women and children. You target fighting soldiers. And then all is fair in love and war. And even in modern American unwritten jurisprudence, you don't target people's families for political assassination, and you don't even target families, wives, daughters, sons, if they're not politically involved. You don't go after people that are not in the arena. And there's a good reason for that. You start going after people's families, gloves come off real fast, and the veneer of civilization peels away like tiles on the bottom of a spacecraft coming in through the atmosphere, plunging into the ocean. But I have seen vitriol by former U.S. generals and by current NATO commanders, including the commander of NATO, and I have seen statements by former CIA directors and others that is the stuff of third world dictator stuff. In fact, it's just not done in history to shoot your mouth off about how you kill people and you're powerful and you're good at killing people. And I came, we saw, he died. Obama, Hillary, they've all said the same amateur stuff. I mean, even when you've killed people with your bare hands, you don't talk about it, you don't brag about it, you don't get into it because it's bad luck. It's stupid. And it's really degrading to yourself and everybody else. So it's a bellwether of a society in collapse. And it's about the most unlucky thing in history soldiers and generals should be involved in. You add to that a bunch of women in fancy $3,000, $4,000 suits with $100,000 diamond rings on and $100,000 necklaces. I mean, sexually getting excited, prancing around up there and in back of the podium talking about we're going to bloody the Russians' noses. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Yeah, we sent $5 billion in to overthrow Ukraine. What's you going to do about it? I mean, this is the stuff of nightmares, okay? I mean, this is what defeat is made of. And it just gets crazier from there. So in the last year, we have seen the head of all Russian intelligence agencies just die. They won't even say why he died. He just died at 56 years old. We can put that up on screen. We've seen a bunch of other Russians getting killed. There's a Jerusalem Post. Russia's military intelligence chief killed in secret operation in Lebanon. That's how they spun it. That's not the case. Now, let's expand on all this. This is war when this type of stuff is going on. Now we have Vladimir Putin's favorite chauffeur killed in accident exactly as former CIA director described on TV on Charlie Rose, where the elite go to communicate with each other. That's the most elite TV program there is, period, is Charlie Rose. And by the way, Charlie Rose on a wickedness scale, on an aristocrat scale, when I ran into him, I mean, it was definitely a very serious presence. He saw me, his eyebrows flared. It was, I like your style, Alex. Ah. His minions were all freaking out. This guy goes to Bilderberg, you name it. I mean, he is a piece of work. But that's where these guys go on these shows. Mike Morrell, former deputy director of the CIA, salivates over the idea of covertly killing Russians and Iranians. The full conversation aired on PBS on August 8th. August 8th. And then, boom, exactly what this guy's talking about is going on. So this happens a month ago, and then a few weeks later, boom, the magic crash. One of their favorite ways to kill somebody is to have, obviously, a stunt driver slam into somebody and take them out. Or they kill you, put you in a car, and then hit you with a truck. I've actually been told by security analysts and folks that we've had to do security checks and sweeps. We had to go to that level. Not that I'm even scared of them taking me out, but I'm not going to make it easy. And I want it documented, too. So we've got a lot of counter surveillance. These people freak out when we actually send people to their house. You know, it's like, oh, you're going to come to my house? Well, then when you go to your house in another state, we're going to drop by too, see? That's how that works. But this is how they take you out. I've been told this is the #1 way to watch my ass at four-way stops, at red lights, you name it. They'll just slam into me with a truck. Boom. And this is how they get you. So he called for killing, quote, everyone around Putin because they had trouble getting to Putin. Kill everyone around Putin. And I can play all the clips of generals saying it's time to start killing Russians, kill a lot of them, body bags, blood, blood, blood. Oh, yeah, let's kill Russians on their border. What a wonderful idea. Russia has the GDP of Italy. Russia's trying to rebuild. China is the one taking the whole planet over right now. And the globalists are double-crossing Russia. They are trying to bring Russia down. I mean, because they see Russia as weak. That's what's happening. And then they blame Russia for everything going on in the world. If you oppose the globalists, the multinationals that have captured our country, captured Europe, captured the UK, they're trying to get out of it. They say, oh, Nigel Farage, you work for Putin. That's why Nigel Farage, a successful businessman, 25 years ago saw the EU taking over the regulations and control in the UK, and he looked at veterans memorials of all these people that had died, including people in his family, a lot of military people in his family, and he got pissed off. 25 years ago, before Vladimir Putin was on the radar screen, he stood up for the UK's sovereignty. And you take that away from him and the people of the UK, the people of England, and you say Russian agents. The only Russian agent business going on here is that Russia has been captured by the very same globalists and has gone through the exact same crap, but decades ago, we're starting to go through here. So they've already been raped by the same guy now raping us. And Russia's like crawled away into the shadows, finally throwing the rapist off and is trying to nurse its wounds while we're getting raped. And the person raping us, economically, culturally, you name it, is telling us, by the way, while I'm raping you, go over there and kick Russia's ass. That's what's going on. And the whole world's saying, no, thank you. Donald Trump's going, what's Russia doing to us? China. That's what all the generals are telling him. Because that's what's happening. Hillary is a Chinese agent. We're a joke, people. We've been totally taken over by foreign countries, foreign interests, just like Russia was taken over by the oligarchs. We could have such an amazing time of detente and business and ingenuity and rebuilding the planet together if we get the globalists off our backs. And we're so close, people. But the churches have all been paid, all the big ones, to say it's the end of the world and you can't beat evil. So you just believe you lay down and sit there at your little church with your little candy-ass preacher up there who's a damn demon. Oh, I mean, there's no one more evil than the preachers that know full well what's going on. They're there with their little Homeland Security badges, brainwashing people. We have state-run churches now in this country. It's time to end all this. It's time to break its back. It's time to stop it. And so this is all part of what inches us towards World War III, is they're saying, let's start killing Russian leaders. And then the Russians start dying. And then we say, oh, did they kill the Russian head of security, intelligence? Oh, did they kill his chauffeur? Did they kill this person? Did they kill that person? And they go, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. It doesn't work anymore. Let's go to this clip from Charlie Rose.
I'd give them the things that they need to both go after the Assad government, but also to have the Iranians and the Russians pay a little price, right? When we were in Iraq, the Iranians were giving weapons to the Shia militia who were killing American soldiers, right? The Iranians were making us pay a price. We need to make the Iranians pay a price in Syria. We need to make the Russians pay a price. The other thing I would do...
We make them pay the price by killing Russians?
Yes.
And killing Iranians?
Yes. Covertly. So you don't tell the world about it, right? You don't stand up at the Pentagon and say, we did this, right? But you make sure they know it in Moscow and Tehran. Here's the other thing I want to do. Here's the other thing I want to do. I want to go after those things that Assad sees as his personal power base. Right, I want to scare Assad, so I want to go after his presidential guard. I want to bomb his offices in the middle of the night.
Well, that happened about 2 years ago, as you remember.
Back it up. I could talk for 5,000 hours on this guy. The Ivy League slime, a wimp, talking about scaring people. Sliming around. This is the guy that came out against Donald Trump for Hillary. A joke. Someone Trump said, I don't trust, I wouldn't want to talk to. The generals tell me he's horrible. You just look at somebody like General Flynn compared to somebody like this little turd blossom, and it's just honorable. Skip the break. This is too important. Thank you. Honorable, strong, a good record, patriotic, helped smash ISIS and Al-Qaeda, countermanded the CIA, got kicked out over it. They don't want to arrest him, though, because that soft coup will expose them. There was a soft coup in this country, led informationally by InfoWars. And by the way, I don't say that to sound big. The enemy already knows it. You should know it, okay? You should know it. We led the attack 4+ years ago. And we had the experts on, from Dr. Steve Pachinik to Colonel Schaefer to Tosh Plumley to countless others. And they gave you the intel on the whole plan. And they even said they're going to flood Europe next with refugees before ISIS ever existed. Because we have patriots, by and large, that work in our government. And now we sit here with this guy up there going, we need to bomb the presidential guard, bomb their government buildings. That's what ISIS does. That's what Al-Qaeda does. Same group. And they went and started it with Assad, that was bringing the West in, that was transferring power, that was democratizing, just like Muammar Gaddafi. They all believed Obama. Assad and Gaddafi believed him. That it was détente. Oh, I'm liberal. Here, take my hand. Yes, let us invest. Bring your money in. And they went, okay, we don't want to fight. Now, you could say Gaddafi fought back and done some things that weren't good from the West perspective, but Assad had done nothing. Medical doctor brought up in the UK. And they brought in Al-Qaeda, and they killed over 200,000 Christians we know of. And the numbers just grow and grow and grow. Syria was 24% 6 years ago Christian. It's now like 10% or so. Millions have left as refugees, God knows where, because the West won't take Christians. Hundreds of thousands are dead. And they bring in 0.3 refugees into Europe and the U.S. Same number as a sick joke. You got 20-something% that were Christian, but 0.3 get in. They let in less than 1% Shiites. They're almost all Wahhabis. And you sit back, and you're looking at the former CIA deputy director, one of the main architects of this, and he sits there talking about, we want to scare people. Oh, like Hitler did, bombing civilian targets in London? the British didn't even want to be in that war? British knew that they'd started World War I and it was wrong? As soon as Hitler started bombing civilian targets, they totally turned against him. And had almost 100% support, total mobilization. That's where you people are blind. You live in a world of fear. They're always threatening me like, oh, you threaten me. I'm going to shut up now. You mean you kill people? Oh, my gosh. I didn't know. I hadn't been told thousands of times. I hadn't been physically attacked. I hadn't been drugged to the mud. I hadn't been assaulted. I hadn't had all sorts of intelligence agencies jack with me. But it's pretty much silent now. It's like, went over to the other side. Escaped out of your little phony fairy tale. You guys know, short of Davy Jones's locker, I'm never stopping. But you notice he sits there and he goes, he's so slimy, we need to scare them. We need to kill the people around them. We need to kill their families. We need to, just the slimiest crap on earth. It's just the venomous. And of course, it's this little soft pseudo-intellectual, and they all get the think tanks together and all glad hand each other and slap each other's on on their butts and everything, and go play golf together and suck off all the stolen money and just pull all this crap. You're not Americans. You hijacked this country, and America's never been perfect. But America, in the final equation, is not going to put up with your New World Order trash, your bullying garbage, and the fact that the people running the country have never fought for it, never done anything, and are a bunch of weak cowards. You're not leaders. You're deceptive filth. And you sit there and you spew lies to the public, the likes of which I've never seen. The globalists took down Syria. The New World Order, George Soros, Obama, Hillary, are the architects of it, the creators of the new al-Qaeda base in Libya, to get all those weapons and to ship them in to the next country. Classic communist tactic. Take over one country, exploit it onto the next group. It's so crazy to watch Goldman Sachs and all these big banks and all these arrogant, sociopathic, disconnected, rich globalists with their yachts and their helicopters and all their crap, destabilizing the world so they get total control, but now realizing they're in such danger, they're doubling their security details and, again, building armored fortresses in the middle of the South Pacific. Oh, what a great plan you did. Yet again. Wonderful. You convinced yourself of your own bull. And now you're killing people in Russia. And you're bragging about it. I can play the generals on Fox News like it's tough. It's just time to start killing a bunch of Russians in Ukraine. That'll teach them. Yeah, that'll really teach them, and just start killing people. This isn't the Iraqis. And I love how he sits there and implies, oh, we had to go to Iraq and the Iranians did stuff to us in Iraq. What? We blamed Iraq for what Saudi Arabia was involved in. That was all part of the Wahhabist plan. Wahhabists carry it out. Wahhabist enemy gets blamed. It's all lies. Sitting there like a little snake, spewing this BS, hoping the viewers don't know who the players are. And hey, Sally Soccer Mom might not know. Billy Bob Dumbass may not know. You know all the military knows. They know who the players are. They know how the cow ate the cabbage, Dumbo. And I don't think you're going to have the robots in place and the troops spiked in time. Because we didn't just sit here on our butts while little Ivy League tough guys like you ran around trying to scare people. You didn't scare us. You mobilized us. The whole world, dumbass. And you're going to be held accountable. Make no mistake. Now, I need this operation energized to the next level. I need you to spread the word, the articles, the videos, all up to the four corners of the planet every hour. I need you to pray for us and set your will against the globalists and set your will in support of InfoWars. I pray to God. and to take advantage of the massive sales we've got going on preparedness items. In case we lose the first phase of this, we've got to be prepared to dig in. Stay with us. My fellow Info Warriors, I am very excited to be able to announce to you the introduction at InfoWarsLife.com of a new way to save time and money when you stock up on InfoWars Life formulations like Survival Shield X2 and Super Male Vitality. Just go to InfoWarsLife.com today, select your favorite product, click on Auto Ship before adding to cart, and choose how often you want us to send you another order. Every time you choose Auto Ship at InfoWarsLife.com, you get 10% off, and you won't have to worry about running out and having to reorder next time. And of course, you can cancel with one click anytime. As you know, I'm all about the idea of a 360 win, and the new auto ship feature at InfoWarsLife.com is a sure win for everybody. A win for liberty, a win for health, and a win when it comes to big savings. Visit InfoWarsLife.com today and save 10% on your next InfoWars Life order by selecting auto ship at checkout. That's InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139.